Hi everyone, welcome back to the Crawl Stock Workshop. So tonight I've got a bit of an unboxing to do, something that was a little bit unexpected to me, but I can't say that I'm happier, to be fair. A lot of you know, as well as the 10th stuff, I'm also into the 18th scale. I run a group in the UK, TRX4m Owners UK. So if you're into that, then please feel free to drop in and join up there on Facebook. But I was contacted by, I believe it's pronounced Meus Racing, M-E-U-S, contacted me and said, we've got some amazing stuff, would you be interested in showing it off in your group? So obviously I said yes, and packages arrived. So I thought, while I unbox it, I'll show you the bits, and then what we'll do, we go into a little bit about how they're made, what I think of them to look at, and then I'm going to be doing a build video. And anyone that knows me and follows me on my Facebook groups as well, I'm also going to be building a test track. So I'm going to be putting a couple of my crawlers up against each other. I've got this TRX4m that's been modified. I've got trill parts on there. I've got the Rccar brushless system in there, which is also fantastic. So I'm going to be showing off a few bits, and hopefully be able to compare different models, different parts, different tyres, etc, etc. So if you're into that sort of stuff, I hope obviously my builds are something that you're interested in and that you follow. Brings me a lot of pleasure. And for those of you going to the SST in the UK later in the year, I look forward to seeing you there. So without further ado, let's get into the package and see what we've got in here. So the primary item really, which I had inquired to them a little bit about, was it's called the Rccar V2, and it's basically like a buggy. Which uses the TRX4m gear, which is great because I've got another one which I'm going to be able to use. But they do two kits. They do one which is 3D printed, which I believe is the V1, and then later on they released an injection molded one as well, which is the V2, which is what I've got here. So it comes nicely packaged. Everything that you need to build the actual body is in this kit. It comes with panels, etc. But there are a few other items which we'll get to in a moment, which you will need to complete to get it running. So in the kit, it's all nicely boxed. So we've got a set of panels. So they're in nice bags. Tell you what we'll do, we'll open them as we go, and then we can see the quality, etc. Excuse the noise of me getting into the packaging. So we've got a nice bonnet, or hood as you call it in the US. Very nicely injection molded parts. From what I understand, all these cutouts, you've got screws in here to fit, to make it look like they're all bolted on. They weigh nothing really, so you know, performance wise it's going to be fantastic. You've got mounting lugs on the bottom for different things. Looks like it might have some wiper blades, etc. as well. So that's the first bit. We've got the front panel. Again, they do two slight variations to the body. One's got more of a bit of a Jeep style front end to it, and then I presume it's their own body style. So we've got some cage sections there, looks like. I mean, these are lovely injection molded parts, they really are. Now it uses a lay down servo mount, which is what this is. I hope you can see the intricacy in that, and it really is nicely made. You know, you've not got lots of tags hanging off the molded parts. These are obviously your shock towers, which are fully adjustable. So we've got 4 of those. We've got a little skid or bumper section there. You do get all the screws as well on the hardware for putting it together. So I don't know if there's a black and a silver option, or if they are just mixed up screws, but I'll have a little play with that, because I think it might look quite good with silver screws against the black panels. If I keep them black, that is. I might change them, yeah. You've got your stainless steel steering links, so you've got 2 in there with the ball joints and associated arms as well. So they'll look really nicely made. And you know, there's a bit of weight in there as well for the size of it. It's gonna add to the model, definitely. Bit more of the cage there. So you might need a little bit of trimming here, but not very much. No more than you would need to do on an Airfix kit. And there you go. That's the sort of Jeep style front end. And you should be able to get a couple of LEDs as well in there, I would have said. So here's your main body, like your cage really. So it comes in 2 halves, so you probably build everything into 1 half and then put the other half on. But again, really nicely made. There's a bit of flex in there as well. Anyone that's owned like a Capra or something, you know that a bit of flex is important, so that's always good to have designed in there. And it's got these nice side panels or skids built in as well. It even comes with, you've got a top piece, like a cockpit panel, so a couple of sort of imitation seats in there. Again, the Capra comes with some dashboard stickers and stuff. I'm not sure if they're in here, but we'll have a look. But that'll look really cool painted up, and you know, maybe even get a couple of little figurines to put in there as a driver and a co-pilot. Another part of the cage looks to me like it's got a bit of a battery tray on there, which is cool. Again, I'm really impressed with how this is made. It looks fantastic. It really does. Oh, and we've got the optional front panel in there as well, which is great because I'm not a Jeep fan myself, but lots of you out there are. So the optional front panel in there. That's what we got. So we've got a second hood or bonnet. This must be for the, so this looks more Jeep style to me. It's a little bit more rounded, so we'll have a play with it anyway. I mean, you know, it might be suede, but again, you know, really good, really nice quality. And then we've got the side panels. So it comes with these nice moulded side panels. These are going to be brilliant. They've got like a matte finish on them, so they'd be fantastic if you want to get some paint on there. So one for each side there. You even get a little screwdriver to suit those tiny little screws, which is always useful. And that's a nice quality too, aluminium with some O-rings for the grip. We've got, what else have we got in there? So we've got some Meus Racing. So again, if anybody knows if I'm mispronouncing this, I do apologise. But you know, in the UK, you would pronounce that as Meus or Meus. Got a couple of sticker designs there, so that's pretty cool. It's got the shark mouth motif, which I've seen on a couple of other models. Bit of camouflage for the bonnets or the hoods. So you've got two sets of those. Set of numbers, racing numbers. So you just have to cut out whichever ones you want to use for that. We have, oh, it's like a part schematic, so it looks like that's been done in CAD, which is helpful. It gives you build instructions. I mean, you know, if you're into this, you probably know quite well how to put something like this together. But just in case there's that odd part that you can't fathom out. I believe that looks like the hood panel to me, or the roof panel, I should say. So again, I mean, these are going to look really nice if they're painted up or something like that. Make them individual. We have another little sticker set there, which is nice. like to have stickers up in my workshop, just as a sort of a bit of decoration. And last but not least, got a nice little battery strap, Velcro battery strap. So that's pretty cool. I'll be running this on 2S, so that should fit in there nicely. So that's the unboxing. Pretty straightforward there. So I will pack this back up, get it out of the way, and then we'll get on to some of the other optional accessories that have come with it. Right, next item in the package is, so we've got this carbon fibre skid with aluminium, carbon fibre battery mount or receiver mount with aluminium skid and aluminium gearbox with a Meus 180 87 turn brushed motor. I mean, I have to say, this looks absolutely beautiful in red. So, explore and create more fun for RC. Not me, but us. That's a nice slogan, isn't it? I feel like a kid at Christmas here. So get this opened up. So there we go. I think what I'll do, I'll go through this off camera and just check that it's got a bit of grease in there, because the last thing I want to do is run it without any grease in. But that's stunning. That really is beautiful. I know straight away it looks just like a TRX4m skid plate and box. I do actually have another FuriTech brushless system which I might put in this, but I'm curious to try it with this brushed setup, definitely. But this looks lovely. I'm really looking forward to getting this together. I actually, for this one that I built, because I 3D printed the body on that, I actually made a carbon plate just like this for this one to put all the electronics on. So that's interesting that I've actually unknowingly done exactly the same thing as they have. So that's the aluminium gearbox, skid plate and 87 turn motor. So if any of you got an 87 turn in there at the moment, let me know how you get on with it. And I have to say, actually, that looks pretty sealed, that motor as well. So I'm not going to say it's waterproof, but it hasn't got big holes in the back that would let water in. So it could even be waterproof, which is pretty cool. So that's the gearbox and skid. And you get another nice little sticker. I think these will look nice on the panels, but also in my workshop. And just in case, I've got another little battery strap there. Next up, we've got the drive shafts, or prop shafts, as you might call them. So again, lovely packaging. Everything is sealed as well, which is nice. So we've got the screws. You'll know those tiny little screws that go through the pinions. We've got those to go in. And again, look at those. Don't they look fantastic? So nice sliders. And they do actually match up as well, so you can get them in phase, which is good, because some of them they don't, they're always running out of phase, which is quite annoying. But these ones look like they're spot on. So you've got the long one for the back and short one for the front. I won't worry about them too much at the moment. But again, they will look great, and they're etched with the logo as well. You know what's fantastic about these little crawlers is, when I say little crawlers, that's exactly what's great about them. Superb detail, and you can pretty much use them anywhere. You know, I mean, I'm building a track indoors in my spare room on a 7-foot by 4-foot board. You know, it's not going to be a competition track, but I'm hoping to have some great obstacles on there that are going to be able to test different equipment, you know. Right, so that is the drive shafts. Next up, we've got a stainless steel suspension link kit. So we already had the steering links in with the main model. I don't think I've cut through that, have I? Excuse me, doing that again. So again, we've got another sticker. The ball joint ends, and having made my own ends for the other one, it's nice that these are very slim around the actual eye, because they do tend to catch on the plastic skid. So I'm sure they don't on the alley one, but so we've got plastic ends, brass balls, and stainless steel links, and they're even cranked. Look at that, the back ones are even cranked. So honestly, I'm really excited to get this together, because I think it's going to be such a great little model. And next up, we've got the shock absorbers, and these look absolutely stunning. Get them open again. So that's your mounting screws. You've got some little collets for offsetting them from the body shell. Another sticker. Glad I got all these stickers, because I'm putting them everywhere. And look at these. They feel very smooth as well, which is nice. I know sometimes you get these and they're very gritty and not very nice at all. So not sure if they're oil filled or not. Let's have a quick look, shall we? You're going to need fitting together properly. What's the bet that they're oil filled? Okay, so they're not filled with oil, but they will take oil, so that's good. And they've got an O-ring to seal the cap there as well, which is nice. So we will. So I look forward to putting those together as well. With a little bit of Loctite, I might add, or else they're going to fall apart. So honestly, absolutely stunning. Really, I mean, I'm an engineer by trade, and there's no way I'd be able to make anything like that in my home shop. They look fantastic. Bigger than a normal shock, I would have said. Let's have a look, bit of a compare. Maybe a tiny bit bigger, not a lot. Can't really see all that well in there, but yeah, maybe 3 or 4 mil longer, but certainly look a lot nicer. So I'll get some nice, a few drops of nice thin oil in there. So obviously we've got 4 of those, 1 for each corner. And lastly, we've got one of the Meus aluminium steering servos. There's 2 options. There's an 8.5 and a 12.5 kilo. To be honest, I thought that 8.5 was more than enough. But again, going back to packaging, you know, really nice box, nicely packed in there. And look at that. So it's the MEX8 coreless 8.5 kilogram servo. This is capable of HV as well, which is good, and you've got your servo horns in there. I will have a look and see if I've got an aluminium one for this, just to make it look nicer. But yeah, a couple in the kit there, tiny little servo, and that's going to look really nice mounted up forehead on that lay flat servo mount as well. It's a 3-wire, so there's no messing about. Here we go. MEX8 coreless 8.5 kilogram servo. from Meus Racing. Just to recap there, we've got the Rccar V2, the alley skid with alley gearbox, carbon fibre mount and the brushed motor, 180 size, 87 turn, and as I say, I'm pretty sure that's going to be down as waterproof. We've got the steel and brass drive shafts, the aluminium shock absorbers, the stainless steel link kit with the plastic ball joints, and lastly the cordless servo. So I hope you enjoyed the little unboxing video there. Got some interesting parts, and I hope you join me in the next video for when I'm going to be starting to put this together. Thanks everybody for joining. I hope you like the content. Please subscribe and click the notification, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.